Dale Caballeros here, watching major problems on the George Washington Bridge. Starting before us, LaRosa here with today's forecast as we end up summer pretty soon.
Can you believe it?
I know.
Yeah, it sort of has that summery humidity thing going for us today, but lacking the clear sky that we've also enjoyed the last several days. So the first things first, as you're thinking about grabbing the keys, heading out the door, I think you can leave that umbrella home. I know you can leave that umbrella home, but tomorrow may be a different story as we're continue to track the former tropical system moving our way. We just have the clouds for now and some of that humidity. 67 degrees at Central Park, 53 in Poughkeepsie, 49 in Sussex right now, 64 in Islip, and still in the 60s from Toms River and Belmar. So we're looking at mostly cloudy skies today. By 1 o'clock, 75 degrees, so still kind of mild and muggy, 76 through 4 p.m. with a few breaks in the overcast. And then through the evening hours, staying mild, low 70s through 7 o'clock and still into the upper 60s, still dry through 10 o'clock. All right, 6:01, and it's all about the George right now, Adele.
It is the big story of the morning. Illegal being shut. 6:08 now. There are less than 50 days until the November election. It is National Voter Registration Day today. Registration drives are being held at college campuses and high schools across our area. In New Jersey, the voter registration
Thursday, but after that, it may not be until the middle of next week do we see another decent chance for some showers. So what does that look like for us? Well, you may have to dust that umbrella off as early as midday tomorrow. Counting on some showers. We definitely have the clouds already today, but the umbrella stays home. And then by tomorrow afternoon, this is one of the models that looks a little bit more of the rainfall. I've got some models that don't produce much of anything tomorrow, but keep in mind that with that system off to our south, we have a good chance to see some of those come our way, especially across South Jersey. We definitely feel the tug of those east winds too. We already are under that influence now, tomorrow and into Thursday, and whenever we have that more dominant easterly flow, obviously it's breezy, gray skies, but also increased risk of that coastal flooding. So that's something that we're watching for tomorrow and into Thursday with a full moon, higher high tides, that type of thing. So you see those sort of murky conditions out there right now, 67 degrees. That dew points up into the low 60s, so we're definitely feeling that stickiness too. Mostly cloudy skies through midday. Will be about 73 degrees at lunchtime, on our way up to 77. A few sun breaks in there. Again, overall a quiet weather picture for today. And then 67 degrees overnight, so stays mild. 71 degrees, but upper 60s for the first day of fall on Sunday. And there's our next chance for some showers here middle of next week, but highs staying in the upper 60s and low 70s. All right, 6:17. Still looking at those brake lights out there, Adele.
Got some boarding changes, so just double check before you head out onto the platform. And then Northeast Corridor, Main, Bergen, and Morris and Essex lines. You've got some service changes hitting the roads right now. LIE heading westbound. We've got a crash over by Junction Boulevard, exit 20. Couple lanes knocked out, delays heading back to Nassau County. That's all for now. Back to you, Darlene.
Good morning, Darlene. Good morning, everyone. Along with the gray sky, some pretty dense fog starting to get going here in the Hudson Valley. Poughkeepsie near zero visibility, so watch that drive up the New York State Thruway, for example, and over the Hudson right now, a little murky for the Cuomo Bridge. We're at 64 degrees at Islip, in the 60s at Central Park, on our way up to 77 today. No rain today. Tomorrow, count on some showers even into early on Thursday. We dry out, though, and that lasts through the weekend. Darlene?
Thank you. Coming up on the Today Show holiday shopping tips, it's time to start making your
Dylan, get a check of the weather.
Good morning again, everyone. We do have quite the temperature difference across the country. We have a huge dip in the jet stream out west, bringing some cool temperatures, and then a huge ridge across the eastern two-thirds of the country, bringing above average temperatures and quite warm temperatures at that. Minneapolis, 86 degrees for a high temperature today. Rapid City, 92. Omaha, Nebraska, 87. Even Chicago gets into the mid-80s. Then tomorrow, more of the same, mid-80s still in Minneapolis. Pierre, South Dakota, 86 degrees. Kansas City, same thing. Cincinnati, 85 degrees. We are going to get into some cooler temperatures as we get through the weekend, especially across the Northeast. Boston drops into the mid-60s on Saturday, so feeling fall-like. New York drops down to about 72 for Saturday. Pittsburgh, though, staying in the lower 80s. This is the cold front. That's the difference between the warm temperatures and the cooler temperatures. Could also trigger some storms later today as well. That's a look at the weather across the country. Now here's a peek out your window.
Dylan, thanks. Some fog out there in parts of the Hudson Valley. And right now, the Governor Mario M. Cuomo Bridge looking definitely a little hazy out there. Pretty dense through Poughkeepsie, near 0 mile visibility here, near zero. And that dense fog will be a little persistent here the next couple hours. Otherwise, just cloudy. We're at 67 at Central Park. Nothing on the radar for now. So it will be rain-free this afternoon, but mild and muggy up to 70.
And that's your latest forecast.
Oh, thanks, Dylan. Dylan, thank you. Coming up next, guys, it's never too early for Teen Romans is here. Santa Claus talking holiday deals. They are starting earlier than ever this year. Don't at us. We're just telling you about the deals. And then Hoda's got a morning boost right after this.
Depression.
There's excitement.
I just heard that Walmart put out all their Christmas.
You've got to be kidding me. For the 27% of consumers who plan to take on debt, our experts say consider discount apps like Honey, Groupon, and Retail Me Not, and look to sign up. I started shopping, but I've started making my list. Like, I know.
My goodness.
You did?
Really?
Yes. You, right?
Who are you?
It just makes life easier.
You're becoming Al Roker.
I was just about to say.
What do you have, the new AirPods out already? Okay. Wow.
No, all right, Christine, thank you. Okay, just ahead in pop star. Forget broadcasting. Does Jason Kelsey have a post-NFL career in dancing? What? We'll have more of these impressive moves he displayed last night. But first, your local news.
The Running Man. What do you think?
With fatigue and like.
You know, if Meryl Streep's like, "Ooh, I like your acting," you're like, "Oh, thanks."
Yeah, I get it. Okay,
there you go.
Because I get it.
Random.
I get it.
Okay, so finally we have to talk about Justin Timberlake. That every year, right?
Jimmy. Yes, he does. I didn't know he did a whole album.
This is so good.
He did the song with Meghan Trainor, which was a hit.
Do you guys remember Carefree Christmas?
Of course.
That was
Carefree Christmas.
I hope it replays this season.
By the way, we actually written one right now that we're considering.
What? Considering.
So are you
Just say yes.
officially a singer now?
We're gonna have another song. We're gonna drop our second single.
Now, you could have given that to us as a pop star exclusive.
Okay,
So
yeah,
I mean,
okay.
You're breaking news here. That's amazing.
Big. It's going to be big. All right, still ahead, a special edition of Today Food celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month. But first, your local news and weather.
It's gonna be a carefree Christmas. Hoda and Jenna will be moved.
Closer to the Gaza.
to spotlight Hispanic heritage in the most delicious way. Morgan Radford will share their inspiring mission.
All right, I love it, including, I love a viral hack, viral kitchen hack, self-care staples for pampering yourself from head to toe.
All right, then we're going to cook with a remarkable mother-daughter team, the Cake Girl, Kristen Laval, and her mother, Margarita.
They're this year's hot toy list from an AI teddy bear that talks to minions. We are going to tell you the toys your kids will be asking for.
Okay, cool. Can we get a check of the weather?
Okay.
Yes. Yes, we are. You okay?
I don't know. I'm just having a moment.
Hoda's losing it. I'm losing it. Let's take a look at what's going on across the country. Weather across the country. Now here's a peek out your window.
Dylan, thanks. Mostly cloudy skies out there right now, but rain-free. We do have still some fog developing through parts of the Hudson Valley. Poughkeepsie, visibility near zero. So heads up, heading up through the New York State Thruway and the Hudson Valley. Otherwise, mostly cloudy skies. The radar is quiet. We're at 68 degrees at Central Park. Stays muggy, up to 77, and an east wind. That continues for the next.
And that's your latest forecasting. Guys, on the plaza this morning, we are celebrating a huge anniversary. How many years have y'all been married?
66.
66 years. What is that like?
Conversation, but first, this is Today on NBC. It's not that hard either.
No, it is not.
I mean, yours might not look like this.
Yes.
Okay.
It is not hard.
Delicious.
Christina Lavallee, thank you.
Thank
Cake
you,
Girl,
guys.
Margarita Perez, thank you so much. The recipes at today.com/food. Dylan, have cake, must do Smucker's birthday.
Like we have to do
Yeah, we must.
All right, we'll be back with third and fourth hours in a bit, but first, your local news, guys.
This is
Sweet.
Tuesday, September 17th, 2024.
Today.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the third hour of Today. I'm Dylan here with Chanel, and our friend Jill Martin is here
we
with
are
us
here.
today. Alan and Craig are off today. Thanks for being with us on a Tuesday morning. Where are you going?
Champions.
Oh, that's right. Hello.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What am I thinking?
Do you remember yesterday when I was at that golf tournament that Craig hosts every year?
Oh, I remember.
Guess who just won the whole thing?
I mean, I was going to try to set you up and gas you up, but you just...
I know, I jumped in. I can't help it.
We had a joke and everything. Can I at least get it out?
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
All right, well, your finishes have been subpar, but not anymore.
You're so glad you got that in.
Yeah.
All right.
So yesterday, Jill was like, Chanel, I won. I'm like, yeah, right. And she's like, no, really?
I was trying to explain to you how, this tournament works.
I don't want to hear.
Wants to hear that.
No, we just want to hear that you usually come in last place and now you're in first place.
But I will say, I was on a team with Brian, my husband, and some friends of Craig's, like his college buddies. They're all really good at golf. I contributed nothing to the team.
Oh, no.
But I will take credit for being on the winning team.
That's awesome.
And it was just really a fun day. And we also won these guitars. You know, Craig has all of these, like, musician friends, you know, like Darius Rucker, Edwin McCain. Like, he's just got a whole bunch of friends who performed the night before, Javier Colon, like some folks from The Voice. So they all signed this guitar
really
that I now get to keep
And
in my
all
house,
benefiting, obviously,
They've
the
raised
colorectal
They raised
Cancer Alliance.
more than $1 million.
More than $1 million.
Yeah.
Which,
More than $1 million.
So it's just a really fun event.
So
Craig and
good.
Lindsay put on such a good, I mean, it's a party, really. And to raise
and
money
their
for such an
family
important
and-
cause.
Well,
so.
When Craig comes back tomorrow, we'll celebrate again because it really is, you know, a win for him.
And speaking of winning, it's hard being around you right now, but I'll try to pull it together. Let's move on to the details in the Olympic medal controversy involving Team USA gymnastics star Jordan Childs. Childs has been fighting to have her bronze medal returned, and now her attorneys filed the appeal, saying they have new video proof that Childs.
Team USA's challenge was made 4 seconds by refusing to consider this video evidence that USA Gymnastics says proves the inquiry was submitted on time. Time-stamped 47 seconds after the score first dropped. She then repeats the request again at 55 seconds, both within the 1-minute time limit.
My skin color
from them. I just feel like sometimes the red tape and the bureaucracy gets in the way of common sense.
Right.
Her performance stands. This has nothing to do
she won
with
bronze.
the performance that she nailed. She won bronze. Now, if the judges messed up, if there's some clerical error, that is not her fault.
and the rule, this 1-minute rule, whether it was broken or not, it seems arbitrary.
Yeah,
and archaic, the rules.
Isn't it ultimately the score that matters? And someone came in third, and the person who came in third should get the bronze medal.
Point. That's it.
Right.
You should go in there and say exactly.
All right, I'm on my way.
I mean,
guys, buy me a ticket.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Thanks,
Thank
Steph.
you,
Thanks,
Steph.
Steph.
All right, well, now to the holiday shopping rush.
I can't believe we're talking. Christine Romans is here with more. I guess that is the takeaway that I guess, you know, you can save now.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, there's still sand. I haven't even washed the towels, and they're already talking about, you know, planning for Santa.
I was saying I have my list already. I should just start buying stuff while things are on sale. But what stores are kind of all in on this?
So you're absolutely right. The experts say get organized right now. Start thinking from back to school. They saw how people were really strategic and savvy for back to school shopping, and they've learned, and they're going to apply that for holiday shopping as well.
Wow.
Have you been buying? Are you going to buy yet? Are you ready? You have a list?
No, I thought he said goodbyes. I said to say goodbye, so I'm going to move on saying, you know, everybody, it's on me, and say, 3 minutes. Okay, so then I can ask you.
Yeah.
Everybody,
you thought we were out of time.
You know, yeah, I thought we were out of time. But what I wanted
I left you all speechless.
Yeah, speechless because you know I love a deal. But don't you think that everybody is capitalizing on these?
The younger, like millennials, young millennials, Gen Z, they say they're going to spend more. They have FOMO, right? After COVID, they're going to do whatever they want to make their life happy.
Right.
And people with kids, they're still, I mean, we don't, our pets and our kids, we never spend on our pets and our kids, right?
To help with the stress, I mean, I love making a list and then really sticking to it. But when you see something that you like for somebody, you should get it and put it in the
moment. And
in the moment. And then it doesn't all have to be at once and overwhelming.
Yeah, that's a really good idea.
Oh, now he's saying goodbye.
Now we're out of time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. All right, just add in today's checklist, a health checkup as we head into fall. All the steps you should be taking to keep you and your family healthy. We'll get into that in just a bit. We'll be right back. Morning in today's checklist, we are focusing on how to stay healthy as we transition to fall. Dr. Ayla Stanford is a board-certified pediatric and adult general surgeon who formed the Black Doctors COVID-19 Consortium in 2000. Fortitude and a surgeon's fight for health justice is doing very, very well. And she's here. Dr. Stanford, good morning to you. Good morning. I just want to say, here on the third hour, back during COVID, I remember getting a call. I was in South Carolina at the time, and everybody's like, Chanel, you have to meet this surgeon who's in Philadelphia. And when you go, you will see she's the only one helping people get tested. Like, people are dying in Philly because they can't get tested. So I went to Philly, and the rest is history. I mean, she changed the game for what happened in Philly. So we'll take it as the conversation a step further.
So when asked me why I did that, I said, you'd have to know my story. So
triumph over tragedy. That's so great. Okay, so let's get to today's checklist.
Absolutely.
Because people are worried about the COVID.
Now, 6 months and up, you can get your COVID shot. I saw you guys, some of you. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, flu shot. A lot of people just feel like with COVID, they're like, oh, I get the shot.
Which do we?
I know. So you know you can get the virus, so you get maximal protection.
Is it still very worrisome if you get COVID? Like it used to be?
That's why you don't want to have it.
Right, but getting the flu shot, they said that I should get the flu shot even though I'm on treatment medicine for, they said the flu shot is something that...
Oh, it's protective.
A lot of time, but I think this is important because you work with kids. You have annual physicals, and then you also have sometimes sports checkups.
Yeah.
Does one count for the other?
It does not. They are more extensive. The sports is just so they can participate in sports. Also getting caught up on the recommended vaccines for children at different ages and referrals if they need something for mental health, for cardiologists, for...
Yeah, and I was going to say, what are your suggestions then for priority over screenings?
Priority over your blood pressure, know your cholesterol, and keep your heart healthy, maybe an EKG. For women, it's your mammogram. It's your annual GYN checkup. For men, the prostate screening is critically important, especially if it's high in our country, starting as early as 45 to get your checkup.
As we saw by Craig's
I was just about to say, bringing the show full circle, because we just said this huge, charity event for colorectal cancer. As always, Dr. Ayla Sanford, thank you so much. And congratulations on the book. Again, it is called Take Care of Them Like My Own.
And coming up, we're diving into an
look at a creative effort to save an important part of ocean life.
So just last week, NASA said the summer of 2024 was the hottest ever, with records dating back to 1880.
And all that heat is destroying coral reefs. NBC's Maura Barrett went underwater to see firsthand what's being done.
We just got out of the water and it's hot today. The water itself is 86 degrees, just a few degrees more, and that's when coral enters the risk zone for bleaching.
On top of the bleaching risk, toxic algae thrives in warm water, threatening the coral even more. Vanessa Caribe's research coral.
They're like the goats or the cows of the sea. We've seen a significantly overgrowing kill live coral tissue.
Her team rushes the tick-sized baby urchins to their one-of-a-kind land-based nursery.
So we make sure we come here and they're in the best conditions they can be in.
That was really well done.
Yeah.
Very cool to see what scientists are doing.
Right, and so interesting, everything we don't know.
All right, thank you, Maura.
All right, well, still to come, it feels a little bit like Christmas. So scan the QR code to snag them now. Ali Merdini.
Thank you for having me.
I'm just like looking at everything. It's fun. Everything has been upgraded quite a bit.
Definitely.
On a classic dish, Kwame Onwuachi is the James Beard award-winning chef and restaurateur behind New York City hotspot. That's cool. Tatiana by Kwame for us.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Congratulations on the buzziest spot.
Thank you.
Everybody tries to get in. What does that feel like?
It feels good as a burden for sure.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's always hitting you up, but that's like a really great problem to have as a restaurant.
Yeah, burden and a triumph.
Yeah.
So we're lucky. Yeah, what are you going to show us?
So today I'm going to show you one of my favorite dishes on the menu. It's called Street Chicken and Rice.
Okay.
So, you know, you can't really talk about DC without all the cultures that influence. And DC has the largest population of, you know, Ethiopian people outside of Ethiopia in that DMV area.
Oh, wow.
So I wanted to pay homage to that, like most of our dishes on the menu, and cook a dish that reflects that culture.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
Where do we start?
So we got to start with the seasoning. So we have like an array of spices from cardamom to allspice to cumin, cinnamon, and we simmer that in oil, and that creates this, which is nita kibe, which is an Ethiopian like spice butter. Yeah, pour it on, please, please. So we have that on there.
Secret number one.
Secret number one, and then we have an Ethiopian spice blend called bebere. And yeah, it's really, really good.
It smells so rich.
Yeah, it's great. So we let that permeate the chicken for a day. You know, we put a lot of seasoning on that. I like to use a lot of seasoning, so I don't want to
chicken to make for the next day.
you know, we check our cars based on how many people come in. Exactly. And then we roast some vegetables, some bell pepper, onion, tomatoes, ginger, garlic, and we make a puree with that, and this goes to make our rice.
This is why I think it has layers to it.
So then we have a tomato paste, scotch bonnet, some Maggi, and then we cook it down until it looks like this. Now this is our stew for our jollof rice. So we add this to some parched rice. You want to mix it in a little bit? So it's cooking it in fat. It's coating each individual grain with a little bit of fat, so it cooks a little bit more even. Skip to the end. Skip to the end. And then, you know, we have our rice cooked. We have some seafood stock, or you know, if you have some leftover shrimp shells, you can add that to the pot, which is right here.
Okay, so pour
that right in.
Okay.
Exactly.
And you made it actually, if people don't eat chicken or meat, and you made it with shrimp as well?
Absolutely. We already skipped to the end. So then we make a little herb salad, some mint, some basil, some fennel, some dill, some raw red white onions. I can't speak this morning.
And then what was that?
So that's a little bit of lemon juice and a little bit more of that oil that I made earlier.
Oil from the
spice oil, yeah. So we make a little herb salad. So we put the chicken on top of the rice.
Oh my goodness.
How long does the chicken cook for?
The chicken cooks 400 degrees for about 30 minutes. And then it's super refreshing, but so much depth of flavor that pays homage to like West African culture and East African culture.
You can literally taste the layers in the time. The thing I love is the rice is spicy, but then the salad cools right down.
Yeah, exactly.
You've got it all planned out. This is delicious.
Thank you so much, and I think we have a visitor coming.
You're coming. Everybody is welcome at Dogon's. Everybody pull up.
Don't you worry.
Yes, in the hotel in Washington, D.C.
If you build it, they will come.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely
to
delicious.
save your favorite recipes from the show, scan the QR code and head to today.com/food to get this recipe and set up your free account. We'll be right back.
Congratulations.
The Vote. It's as American as apple pie. It's iconic.
I see you brought your plate with you. I just shoved it all in my mouth. So
Thanks for watching, so eat your heart out.
Thank you, Jen. Tomorrow in the third hour of Today, actor Eric Roberts is live in Studio 1A.
Stay tuned for Hoda and Jenna. See you tomorrow.